So me, I'm going into the app, looking, trying to see what the images look like. I'm like, okay, what is this? It's just black and white dots everywhere. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what I'm looking at. Then I found another folder. It had like 10, 12 folders with like 100 plus pictures in each folder. It was like really cool, like to see the breakdown of your body. It was really awesome. But I found this picture. I think I'll post it right here, or maybe right here. I found this picture, and it was like from underneath my body, and you can see, I don't know if you guys can see, but you can see the fibroid, like it's huge. At that, they were measuring my biggest fibroid now is about 10 centimeters. That's really big. That's like the size of a newborn baby's head, y'all. That's like huge. This is a side picture of the huge fibroid highlighted. As you guys can see, it's really big, really big. I can feel it sometimes when I lay on my stomach, but it's crazy. Which is why when the doctor sent me his recommendations, he recommended that if I do want to try to conceive, I should have them removed. So he gave me multiple options. My first option was that at this time on the let me go back a little bit. On the MRI, they found a total of 5 fibroids. I had 2 that were pedunculated, meaning that they were hanging on the outside of my uterus. One was about 10 centimeters, and the other one was about towards the back of my uterus, and it was about I think about 5 centimeters. So those are the 2 on the outside, and then I have 2 that are within my uterine wall, but not within my uterine cavity. And those, I think there was one that was about 5 centimeters, and the other 2 are really small. So my option number 1 is to just have the 2 that are pedunculated removed and try to conceive. The issue with that is that the ones that are within my uterine wall, those can continue to grow during pregnancy and they might cause complications, but they might not. A lot of women are able to have a successful pregnancy with their fibroids. So that's option number 1, just have them 2 removed and try to conceive. My second option, y'all, would be to hide print. Oh, you want the people to see you. You just love when the people see your face. My second option would be to have the ones that are within inside my uterine. The ones that are inside my uterine wall removed. There's 3 of those. So I'm a little afraid of that because that will require them to actually cut into my uterus, which is scary to me because anything can go wrong with surgery, and I feel like that puts me more at risk for something going wrong. And it's a very slim chance, but there can be something found within my uterus that would require them to actually remove my uterus. A hysterectomy. I'm very afraid of that because I've always wanted to carry my own child. I've always wanted to experience pregnancy. I know that there are some things that are not within my control, but that's one thing I know that I would be very heartbroken over if it was to happen. So having them do the second option, which would be to remove all the fibroids, is scary, but it also can lead to some risk during pregnancy. If I was to successfully conceive, I will have to be careful and be aware of my body, especially when it gets closer to my scheduled cesarean. Because if I was to go into labor, it can cause, if I was to go into labor prior to my scheduled cesarean, there's a 10% chance that I will have a uterine rupture. And a uterine rupture is life-threatening to me and for the fetus. So that really scares me a lot. I wouldn't want anything to happen to me. I also wouldn't want anything to happen to the baby. So I've made up my mind, but I'm still afraid. I've decided that I do want to go ahead and have just all the fibroids removed. I know that it's a possibility that they can grow back. Fibroids can always grow back. But I just want to go ahead and have them all removed. It's scary. It's very scary for me to think about. Just having open body surgery, period. You know, your stomach, it's basically where you live. I mean, you have your brain, but these are where all your vital organs are, and anything can go wrong, and it's just a very scary thought. I try not to think too much about the things that can go wrong, but I don't want to be naive. So I've decided to have them all removed. I don't think I mentioned it, but the type of surgery is called a myomectomy. And there are basically 3 options for myomectomy. You have a liposcopic, meaning they go in, they cut you like little incisions around your stomach, and they go in with like these tools to remove the fibroid. And then they also have an abdominal removal of fibroids, which means they cut you like you were having a cesarean. Sometimes they have to cut both across and down, depending on the size of the fibroid. So they cut you and they remove it. If you have an open abdomen myomectomy, your recovery time is extensive. It's about 6 weeks is the average recovery time for the open. With the liposcopic, it's about 3 weeks. And then they have what's called a robotic. Basically, it's a robot doing the same thing that the doctor would do. I don't know too much about the robotic surgery, so I need to look more into that one. But the robotic and the liposcopic have a smaller recovery period because it's not as invasive as the open abdomen. So I have those 3 options. I really haven't made my mind up on which ones that I would like to have. The open at the abdomen is more if the doctors feel they need to open me up to get the fibroids out. So that would be more on the doctor's call. I had to decide between the liposcopic and the robotic. So I don't know. Might just go with the liposcopic because it is less expensive than a robotic, but I'm not sure of that yet. So I don't know, guys. Just keep me in your thoughts, keep me in your prayers. If you guys have experienced fibroids, share below in the comments your experience, and if you have any at-home remedies for healing post-op, or for just coping with the complications that come with having fibroids. As I mentioned, I haven't experienced too much pain, but I still have some menstrual cramps on the first day of my cycle. It doesn't last throughout the entire cycle. It's usually just the first day. So I do have that, and also I don't know, just share with me your experience. Share with me what you think. And also, if you've been pregnant and you've actually kept your fibroids in during your pregnancy, let me know that. If you have a YouTube video, just comment, hey, check out my video. I will check out your video and see what you have to say. But it's really cool, and this just goes to show that we really have to be mindful of our bodies ahead of time and not wait until the last minute, because I really believe that if I would have gotten that first ultrasound, I would be able to get the fibroid early. I would have been more aware of what's going on, so my wife and I can try to conceive earlier. But as I mentioned, I am a big believer in things happen for a reason, and there was a reason why I didn't go in for that first ultrasound, and I'm okay with that. I'm at peace with that. But I am afraid of the surgery. I'm going to have it. It's going to happen in January. So we shall see. We should see what the outcome will be. I will make sure I keep you guys posted, keep you guys in tune with my story, and if I have any pre-op appointments that I have, make sure I share that experience with you all. One thing I didn't mention that was really weird, I've never had an enema. I've never had an enema, and I had to have 2 enemas within 24 hours prior to my MRI. That's not for me, y'all. I don't, never again. But it worked. But never again. I can't do it. No, ma'am. But anyway, as always, guys, peace, love, happiness, and always be true to you. Deuces.
Mm-hmm.